Hey YouTube, it's Rarity Ho here. Today I'm bringing my Sylvan Deck Profile. Now I have been playing this for a while now, and I've been wanting to do the profile, but I actually decided to wait until after Dragons of Legend because I have made a few different changes. Now I love this deck. It is a very combo based deck, and it's a really smart deck. I just have fun because you can think about just so many different ways to play, and there's almost endless amounts of moves you can make. But the trick is finding the right one. So, starting with the Sylvan engine, we have 3 Sylvan Martial Leaf. When he's excavated, you do get to pop a monster. And when he's normal summoned, you do get to excavate 2 cards. So, he's pretty useful. Moving on, we have 3 Sylvan Hermitry. Now, he is really one of the best cards in the deck as of now. When he's excavated, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange them in any order, and that can be useful. You don't use it too much, but it does help in certain situations. What makes him so awesome is once per turn you can excavate a card. If it is a plant card, then you get to draw a card. So you're getting effects to go off, and you're drawing all at the same time with him, and he's amazing. Now, this is probably the best Sylvan of the deck, Sylvan Peacekeeper. And basically, when he's excavated, you get to special summon a level 4 lower plant, and 9 times out of 10, that is going to be Lone Fire. And then also, when he's normal or special summon, you get to excavate. So, I do like that because there are certain situations where you can use him as just that extra level 1 for your Synchro, or you can bounce them back to your hand sometimes with Fallen Angel, but all in the same time, you know, you get to excavate a card. Then we have 3 Sylvan Komashrumo, and he's also really good. When he's excavated, you get to pop a spell or trap, and then but also if he's in your hand, because some of the Sylvans are kind of dead in your hand and you don't really have anything to do with them, but he's amazing because you can set him in defense, and then he's got a nice 2000 ass on him too, so that's not bad. But when he's flipped face up, you get to excavate up to 5 cards, and so if you just have this first turn and don't really have any of your like really big combo pieces, this is still a really good card to have. So I do see some people run him at 2, and they're like, oh, you could just have MSTs, and I'm like, but his other effect is amazing. 2 Sylvan Cherub Sprout. I just bumped him up to 2. I had him at 1, but he's also kind of ridiculous. When he's excavated, you get to special summon 1 level 1 plant from your deck. And you're running Copy Plant, you're running Spore, and that's your main, what you're gonna get out with that. I think that's it. There may be, or you can also get out Peacekeeper sometime if you really desperately need that excavation. But and then when he's excavated, you can excavate up to 2. No, I'm sorry. When he's special summoned, you can excavate up to 2. But you can bring out mainly what I'm gonna be doing is bringing out Copy Plant, because I've fallen in love with Copy Plant. He's just ridiculous. And that is it with the Sylvan engine. Now, like I said, this is after Dragons of Legend. So we have 2 Kuribandits. This card's awesome. During the end phase that he was normal summoned, you can tribute him. And because of that, you know, he is unaffected by like things like Valor and pretty much I think all trap or effect negation. I think he can get around it. Except for I think maybe Breakthrough Skill, I think lasts for the entire turn. But nevertheless, during your end phase, you contribute them and excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 spell or trap to your hand, and then the rest go to the graveyard. So hopefully you're getting off some cool effects, and then grabbing whatever you need to make your plays. He's awesome. Plant deck, of course, you gotta have 2 Lone Fire. I mean, that's just self-explanatory. Then we got 1 Dandelion, I was recently able to pick up the ultimate rare. It's really nice. But I've heard that some people don't like Dandelion in this deck, but it's just amazing. You could use its tokens for so many different things. It's just ridiculous. One Spore. This card is crazy good. He almost makes the deck. You could go from anything from Formula Synchron. You know, now they have the 2-card Quasar move. Because of him, you can literally make, I think, almost any Synchro, which is kind of crazy. You know, except for ones that require certain requirements in order to make them, obviously. But 2 Copy Plant. I was running him at 1, but he's ridiculously good, and you have to run him at 2, I believe. Because you can get him out with Cherub Sprout, you can get him out with Fertilizer, and if you're using him to exceed with, Fertilizer will still stay on board, and he's just way too good. And, you know, if he's in your hand, just pitch him for Mount Sylvania or something. It's not a big deal. But he's a level 1 tuner, and once per turn, you can target a plant, and he becomes that level. So he can always exceed with any plant you have ever. And if you have to, you can sync with him. 1 Debris Dragon. Again, another card I've heard that people don't like to play, but he's ridiculous. You're gonna, like, every game have Lone Fire in the graveyard, and Lone Fire plus him makes a Black Rose. And Black Rose is kind of, you know, a good card. So I don't understand why people wouldn't want to run him. He's just phenomenal. 1 Fallen Angel of Roses. I have considered bumping this up to 2, but I just haven't figured out what card to cut. This you can bounce back any plant back to your hand and special summon this, and that's another use for Dandelion's tokens. You can make tokens and then bounce one back. I mean, obviously it doesn't go to your hand, but it just bounce it, remove it from the field, and then special summon this. That's just awesome. Dandy has a lot of uses in this deck. I don't care what anybody says. And then I'm playing E-Dragons, Blaster and Tempest. And after Primal, this will probably be all I'm playing too, because I thought about Tidal. They are getting that new water monster, but I'm probably going to only put 1 in the deck, and I might be taking a Marshall Leaf out. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. But these two, you have, other than these 2 creatures, you have 8 fire creatures and 7 wind in the deck. And then, of course, Debris you could still use to banish for Blaster as well. And then also your extra deck plays. You're going to be going into different things, and then they're bound to end up in the graveyard. And you have, I don't know how many dragons, I haven't counted. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 dragons in the extra deck. Not a lot, but they are some of your more main plays. Anyway, they help with the rank 7 plays. And also their effects are, you know, you can use him to search out debris, and you can use him to pop stuff, because you almost always have a fire card in your hand that you don't want in your hand. That's it for the monster lineup. It is 26 monsters, and it's kind of a lot, but you have to have it as a really high amount because you want to be excavating plants like all the time. And then for spells, obviously we have 3 Mount Sylvania, and this card is super good if you're smart and know how to use this card. Your deck can just do all kinds of things. And then, like I said, again, after Dragon's a Legend, gotta have that triple Soul Charge in there. This deck, I know every deck is good with Soul Charge, but this deck is phenomenal with Soul Charge, because all you do is send plants to the graveyard. Most of the time, Lone Fire Blossoms. So you can just play this, bring back your Lone Fires, and make so many plays. And I do have a rather a decently complicated move, I guess, that I will be showing at the end of the video. That use this, bring back 2 Lone Fires, and have an awesome setup field. 1 Foolish Burial. It's Foolish Burial. Send Dandy to the graveyard, get some tokens out for whatever you might need them for. Yeah. At the moment, I'm only playing 2 Miracle Fertilizers. It's almost not even needed because of Soul Charge, but I do like it because you can still do this into your battle phase. So, and of course, you can just do regular shenanigans, you know. Soul Charge is a more crazy play, but this is still really good play. 2 MSTs. I did have it at 3, but with Kumashumo, I found that some, you know, I was just blind MSTing just because I had them and I didn't need them. And, you know, a lot of times it's just bluffs anyway. But it's still needed in the deck. Some people just cut out MST completely. But, I mean, you gotta have that MST when they have those skill drains and different things that are really going to hurt you. Their field spell card and stuff like that. But it's hard to say because I've put 3 MST in every deck, but in this deck I only put 2, and that is the spell count. It is 11. It's decent, I guess. It's like I said, you mainly want to just have monsters in the deck. Trap lineup: Solemn Warning, Double Fiendish Chain. I was running more traps, but then all day, every day, I was excavating more traps. So that's the reason for this. I think these are 3 of the best. I mean, it's only 2 cards, but they're 2 of the best traps. I mean, this obviously is just ridiculous, but this also stops plays almost just as well as this. Crazy enough. But that's it for the spells and traps and main deck. On to the extra deck. As y'all have been seeing, I have 1 Ghost Trick Alucard. Now, you're not really going to be going into rank 3s that often, but it is a possibility in this deck, so I figured if you're going to go into a rank 3, might as well go into Alucard. Then for the rank 7s, we have a Big Eye, and you know, he just steals whatever they have. Fun if they have a Big Eye too, then you can steal their Big Eye and steal another card. And Dracossack, and obviously Dracossack is just Dracossack. He makes tokens, he destroys things, he's just awesome. And that's it for the rank 7s. Once Primal comes out, obviously, I can't wait for the new Sylvan rank 7. For 8s, we have 2 Felgran, and he's not max rarity technically, but I prefer the ulti. I think it just looks better, and I don't know, whenever a card comes in ulti, that usually means it's the best, so that's why I have ultis. But this card is just ridiculously good. I did have him at 1, and you can just spam them so easily. I just kept finding myself in more situations where I'm like, dang, I gotta have 2 of these on field, or you know, once you've already gone through 1, you can make another one. And then for my last rank 8, we have Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, and I like him. He's just kind of a get out of sticky situations card. I don't know. He's really cool. And of course I do play Gimmick Puppets too, so that's how I know of him, but he is a generic rank 8 that you can make with anything. And if you don't know what he does, up to twice per turn you can detach, target a special summon creature and destroy it. If it's an Exceed monster, you do burn damage equal to its original attack. So he just has all kinds of uses. That's it for the Exceeds. I don't run too many Exceeds, only what, 5, 6? Yeah, only 6 Exceeds. And I know a lot of people run crazy amounts of Exceeds in this deck, but I do believe it is more of a Synchro based deck. 1 Formula Synchron, I just added him, and that's mainly just because I find myself more and more just having tokens, and like I said, all of your tuners are level 1, so you're going to be going into Formula just for that extra draw mainly. I mean, you can obviously go into other plays and not need him, but you know, just go in and get a draw and then go into something else. 1 Armory Arm, I don't play him too often, but you know, he's just there if I need to boost up whatever I feel like needs to be stronger. 1 Armades. This is, in my opinion, the best level 5 Synchro card. He gets around Boojans, he gets around Murmels and their Abyss Lens, he gets around Ghost Tricks, because that's ever so deadly. But anyway, he's just awesome. 1 Black Rose Dragon, because Black Rose Dragon is amazing. But I mean, in a plant deck, if y'all don't know, because a lot of people actually don't know, once per turn you can banish a plant and target a creature your opponent controls, and it switches to attack, face-up attack position, and it goes down to 0. So he's just awesome. That's at least, you know, free 2400 attack right there. And then actually most of the time though, you know, if I have an E-Dragon or something, I'll just do that, use his effect, and then go into Draco anyway. Same thing with this guy, Ancient Pixie Dragon. I love this man. He is awesome. He's only 2100 in attack, but he does have that nice 3000 ass. So that is nice, but if you have a field spell card, you can target one face-up attack position monster and destroy it. So you can summon him, pop a monster, and then exceed. So he's really cool. Or, I mean, both of these actually, you can also Synchro. Keep that in mind. You can, for both of them, either banish a level 2 with Spore and go into Leo, or banish a level 3 with Spore and go into Star Eater. One Stardust Spark. This guy's awesome. I have a pretty cool combo with him, like a first turn play, and the reason I choose him is because you have Sylvania and you want to protect that, and I just love Spark. One Crimson Blader, because he's Crimson Blader, he shuts down the Mirror Match, he shuts down Mermails, he shuts down Harpies. He's just Crimson Blader, and I'm so happy he finally got a rarity. He was much deserving. You know who else is much deserving? Leo. He needs to come in something else. Why is he a rare? He is arguably one of the best synchros ever made. And because of that, that's why he's in the deck. He is just super hard to get around by. He can't be targeted. However, I think more people are starting to main deck Dark Hole because of him. But, last synchro, Star Eater. Another one of the quite possibly best synchros ever. He's also one of the prettiest. And comes in multiple rarities. But I do like the ghost rare of him the most. I don't know why, just there's something about the way he's ghost is just crazy. But, you know, Star Eater, he does all kinds of things. He can't be negated. He is unaffected by things when he attacks. Then, of course, tokens for either Dandelion or Dracossack. Now, I'm going to go over a couple combos, just kind of simple first turn things. One is if you have Lone Fire and Sylvania in your hand. So what you're going to do is you're going to first play Lone Fire, tribute Lone Fire for Hermitry. Then with Sylvania, you're going to pitch any plant that you don't need in your hand, and that's what a lot of people are like, oh, you don't run so many plants because you're gonna have them dead in your hand. You need dead plants that aren't doing anything in your hand, because you're always going to be pitching them, always, especially after Primal. There's all kinds of reasons to pitch plants, so that's why like I said, I run a 26 creature count because it's definitely needed. Anyway, pitch any plant, and then you're gonna stack the deck with Peacekeeper. You use Hermitry's effect, excavate Peacekeeper, you get to draw a card, special summon Lone Fire, tribute Lone Fire, get another Hermitry, and at this point you can't stack the deck again, but you can just attempt another excavation, and then if it is a plant, you get to draw a card, which is awesome. That means potentially you can draw 2 off this move. And then what you're just going to be doing after that is, unless you mill something crazy cool, like a Cherub Sprout, but then you're just going to be going into Felgrand, and hopefully, maybe, like I said, you don't have too much back row in the deck, but that's why I try to have a bunch of creatures. Felgrand is his own back row. But that's just kind of a generic first turn move. For certain decks, Felgrand is really hard to get around, especially Madolches. I was really scared when I heard about Angeli at first, but now that I'm playing Sylvans and you can just easily get Felgrand out, Felgrand's a real problem for Madolches. So if they don't get rid of that, they can't do their plays. So that's one combo. Next combo I got, if you have Hermitry, Sylvania, and where you at? Miracle Fertilizer. So what you do with this one is you first activate Mount Sylvania, you pitch Hermitry to put Cherub Sprout on top of your deck. Then you activate Fertilizer, bring back Hermitry, use his effect to excavate Cherub Sprout, you get to draw a card, and then you get to do Cherub Sprout's effect and special summon Copy Plant. Copy Plant then will become a level, or you use his effect, copy Hermitry, he becomes a level 8, overlay into Felgrand, Miracle Fertilizer still stays alive. Again, kind of the same move, but if you don't have Lone Fire and you have Fertilizer instead. And then this combo is a little bit more tricky. You need Sylvania, you need Lone Fire, and you need a Soul Charge. I did want to kind of show off different ways to abuse the new card Soul Charge. And so first off, you're going to go into, and if I mess this combo up, I'm sorry. You go into Lone Fire, you tribute it for Lone Fire, then you tribute it for Dandy, then you activate Soul Charge, you get back both of the Lone Fires, you tribute Dandy with, we'll just put him in attack position, he's been used, or we'll do it the other way, we'll switch him to defense, kind of like in Magic, he's been tapped or whatever. So you tribute the Dandy, and because of that you will get 2 tokens, and then also you special summon Hermitry. Then you tribute a token with the last Lone Fire to get out Spore. Then you sync the tokens level 1. You're going to sync all these for 8 and get out Stardust Spark. Or you could run Stardust. Then you haven't used this, and you haven't used this. So what you're going to do is you're going to pitch any plant and stack the deck with Cherub Sprout. Then you use Hermitry's effect, excavate Cherub Sprout, you get to draw a card, and then you get to special summon Copy Plant. And then, same thing, he copies, become level 8, and you get to set up the field with Felgrand and Stardust Spark on your first turn by only paying 2,000 life points. And this is just one move I've randomly thought of. I'm sure there's a billion other moves, and there probably are better moves, but this is just kind of the first thing that came to my head. And if you have a crazy move, please comment and tell me, because there's just endless possibilities right now with this deck. So this has been Rarity Ho. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing more deck profiles really soon. I'll probably be redoing a couple deck profiles and throwing these babies in there. And I actually think I'm going to be doing a giveaway with a Soul Charge if people are interested. But like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.